instance, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Rodney King's.
Yeah.
Okay. It's sadly enough. Okay, he said it back then. He said, "Can't we just all get along?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is that so difficult?
Yeah. I'll tell you why, and that's what I was about to say. Like, I feel like a good portion of America wants that, but then when you got social media and other, groups or corporations or whoever you believe, pushing narratives that are trying to separate America into smaller and smaller factions against each other, I want to know what's the narrative. Like, why? Like, what is your motive in this? Because it's obviously they're doing it on purpose.
The last time this country was divided like that would probably be all the way back to the Vietnam War. Okay,
I can see that was a really corrupt time in America,
and it was okay. But at the same time, during that era and that time, you could kind of understand. There were the anti-war people and there were the pro-war people. Okay, and there was a variety of reasons why people felt the way they did. Okay, but today the partisan divisiveness in this country is way beyond what that was. Okay. More so than race, more so than age, more so than gender.
You mean today? You said it's worse?
Absolutely, it's way
because
worse
they invented
today.
more crap to get pissed about. Now your gender's on a spectrum, and all
the
the
first child born with the X.
Right,
absolutely.
I mean, come on. Sense? What are they doing to that kid? What if that kid in later on life goes, "Hey, I'm a man. I'm a man, Mom, and you put X on my thing.
Right.
What am I going to do? Or I'm a woman, and Dad, you put X on my paperwork."
Well, chances are, people will always talk about when you're born a certain way or doing something, but they never bring up because the way you were raised determines everything about you.
Absolutely.
Unless it comes to mental issues, like stuff you get carried over through your DNA.
It's like why
when you got hit by that car, Josh. I understand.
That's
right.
an issue.
Absolutely. Actually, it was a train.
It was a train.
But no, it's like that. The argument about pit bulls and Dobermans. You have that in your brain that all pit bulls and Dobermans are mean. Okay, it's not
trained
like
to
that.
be a dick.
There's only bad people that have those.
Absolutely.
The only thing though is there's one. I got to add this in. Dobermans have, it's a proven fact medically that their brains are bigger than their skulls, and they do have that pressure on their brain that causes them to go crazy. So Dobermans are out of that loop. But I'll take pit bulls and the rest of them.
Yeah. I have corgis.
Chows are that way too, yes.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah. Well, but you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, it's everybody has this idea that something's predispositioned, and I just don't believe that.
No.
Well, the way I look at it is, and the way I look at everything, politics, society, anything I believe in, if it can be proven, then by all means. I don't believe in this.
We live in a scientific world.
Right. You were talking about Bill Nye, or not Bill Nye, you were talking about the flat earth. And Bill Nye was talking about flat earthers, and they were like, I just can't understand, I can't stand them, how they can just look at all these people before them, scientists, smartest people in the world, and just disregard everything they all their studies.
I mean, don't you have to say, did they finish the third grade?
That being said, in his own effing show, back in the day, Bill Nye the Science Guy was talking about genders. There's two genders. Did you see the new thing on Netflix?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's the science.
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
Talking about gender.
Yes, and there's a follow-up to it now.
It's a spectrum.
Right.
And since they can't prove it, you know what they call it? The science of feeling. Well, are you shitting me?
When I go into this flat earth thing, though, man, I've flown at 30,000 feet. I've seen the curvature of the earth. I know that it's a round earth. I'm sorry, it's not my eyeballs going crazy. I actually see the curvature of the earth. And, I just don't like to get into that. But as a nice segue to where you're going with that, though, is Jimmy Fallon. So Jimmy Fallon's jumping out on everything about how all these conspiracies that he's getting pushed into making political views, such as how Jimmy Kimmel did. And Jimmy Kimmel,
shut up.
Exactly. Right. I hate this guy because this is the guy that brought me women on trampoline or girls on trampolines, and now he's telling me that I should overly respect them.
What was the show?
I've always planned
The Man Show.
The Man Show. The Man Show. And he had women on trampolines.
Right.
Okay? But now he's wanting to push this down my throat that I should overly respect women. Hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm sitting in front of you, my wife's probably listening. I respect women.
Absolutely.
Women, I'm a Southern gentleman. I respect women to the point where they put themselves in a man's world. You jump in a man's world or you jump on the other side.
As long as they make me that sandwich, I'll be all right.
How's that go?
Right.
Is I'll never hit a lady, but I'll beat a bitch down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
Thug life.
But
Asian and white. and a straight gangster.
But you know, it's one of those things, and it's a crazy world now. When's the last time? And I mean, this is something I was brought up to do. You open doors for women, okay? You put the chairs out and you put them in, okay? But nowadays, like if you try to open a door for a woman going into a convenience store, they give you a look like you've lost your mind.
The modern door, asshole.
Right?
The modern day feminist.
And that's what I was brought up with. So to me, it's just it's an automatic thing. I automatically grab the door and say, "Ma'am," you know, and
hey.
"Ma'am," okay? Didn't you say that? When y'all brought up that way?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Absolutely. And now they look at you like you have absolutely. Yep. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I married a Southern lady.
Good for you.
I think I got laid when I opened the door for her. I'm just so you know. I think those are the props of being
door wasn't the only
part of what it was. Exactly. You know
but don't you feel like, honestly, though, that there are more women still like that out there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, all of us have somebody like that.
And that's where I'm going with the whole someone's pushing a narrative. Because, for example, with the election, you turn on any news, you're like, oh crap, Hillary's killing it.
Right.
That's all they push, that side.
And look what happened.
From blue-haired lesbians, they're ruling the world.
We're all wearing vagina hats out there now.
The modern feminist isn't...
They're
not what they... Feminism isn't what it was. It's man-hating.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the big difference. Absolutely.
That's all it is.
And when I look at it, man, I'm telling you overall, and my wife's a strong woman. My wife works for a living.
Mine too.
She brings home as much money as I do, so I can't really give her too much crap about it. So the world has changed. But look, I'm telling you right now, we are treated the same, but we are different. We are physically different. There are things that are different. Exactly.
Right.
The interview? No.
Oh, yeah. That's where I was going.
Well, no. Like, if you want to be... Because they keep... It kind of collapses on themselves, especially when you get into the transgender-ish. Because usually they're batting on the same team. When they go into... When it comes to feminism, male and female, there is no difference between the brains. They're just the exact same. But then when you get into the transgender movement, gender has nothing to do. It's all mental. So there is a difference between a man and a woman's brain.
Well, I think that's the thing, too. It all depends on their agenda, too.
Well, they pick their arguments.
Exactly. You got to fight your battles, but they choose whatever's convenient for them.
But then you get into it, okay, so you get the gender realignment surgery, or what I'm talking about, and then why do that if it's all mental? If your genitals don't define your gender, then why get the change in the first place? Does that make any sense?
Well, hey, I want to go a different step to that. At what point does it not